Hi, I'm Genevieve Wood, senior contributor with the Foundry. We're here in New Orleans covering the Heritage Resource Bank, and we're joined now by Governor Bobby Jindal, governor of Louisiana, who's agreed to sit down and talk with us about a number of things, including why he may run in 2016 for president and his thoughts on how to improve the GOP brand. Your term is going to end in 2015, is that right?
It is. At the end of 2015, January of 2016, we'll turn things over to a new governor.
Why at that point would Governor Jindal then not turn his attention to running for President of the United States?
You know, look, I'll be honest, it's something we're thinking about. It's something that we'll pray about. But two things. One, we have to win the war of ideas first. Maggie Thatcher famously said, you've got to win the debate before you win the election. As conservatives, we're not just the party of no. We've got good ideas. I formed a group called America Next that's out there putting out detailed policy solutions on health care. What's the alternative to replacing Obamacare? And we do need to repeal it. What do we do in education? I believe in school choice, tenure reform. How do we make higher education more affordable without the federal government just taking over more and more? What do we do when it comes to energy? How do we produce more energy at home to produce those good-paying manufacturing jobs? I think the middle class is very anxious. Their wages haven't been going up. The price of energy has been going up. The price of health care and education is going up. And the president's telling them, don't worry, the federal government's going to take care of you. You can't afford your health care, we'll pay for it. You can't afford your kids' college tuition, we'll pay the debt down. You're not getting a raise at work, don't worry, the government's going to make them do it for you. And I think the American people know in their hearts that's not right. That doesn't really work. As conservatives, I think we need to show we've got pro-growth policies that do work, that don't involve more spending, more borrowing, more taxes. And so we've got to do that. We've got to win the elections in 2014. And after we do that, we're certainly giving it some thought.
A lot of folks who say, look, the Republican brand needs some help. Senator Rand Paul has said we need that Republicans need more folks in the party that have tattoos. What would be your suggestion that would most improve the Republican Party's image?
I think we've got to fight for every single vote, 100%. For every single person, we need to have the courage of our convictions. If we really believe conservative principles helps every son and daughter, every child, every American join and thrive in the middle class, we need to go and fight for that and show that and prove that. And the reality is, our ideas do work. The president has nothing new to offer. The left has tried again and again, and they keep telling you, help's coming tomorrow. All that means is it's not coming today. I think if we want the Republican Party to earn its place as a majority party, if we want to have the right to govern again, we need to show folks that school choice helps those kids that are trapped in failing schools. And you know what? Those families are usually the ones that can't afford to move into a neighborhood with a good public school, can't afford private school tuition. More domestic energy production produces blue-collar manufacturing jobs. Some of those are in private unions. Those are all over the country. Those are jobs in the steel industry, in the fertilizer industry, and the other industries. When it comes to healthcare, putting the patient in charge. We do want to help people with pre-existing conditions. We just don't think the government taking over healthcare is the right way to do it. We have to have the courage of our ideas. I think the country is at a critical point. And I think the American people, I think the best thing that Obamacare has done is the American people have seen that progressivism doesn't work. And now I think they're open to an alternative, but we've got to go and make that case. But we've got to show that our policies work for them. And the good thing is we don't have to abandon our principles to do it. We don't need to be the party of no. We need a balanced budget, but we don't need to be the party of austerity. We need to be the party of growth and opportunity. Here's the great thing about the American dream. It's not about equality of outcomes, it's equality of opportunity. The great thing about the American dream is that circumstances of your birth don't determine your outcomes as an adult. You don't have to be born in the right zip code, the right gender, the right race, to the wealthiest parents to do well in this country. That's what we need to fight for. And when we become the party that's courageous enough to stand up and say that loudly and through our policies, I don't think we'll have any trouble winning elections in every state and across the country. Let's not try to become a cheaper version of the Democratic Party. Let's stand up for what we believe in.